and creative folks, and that includes Dan Hall, an Indianapolis filmmaker who's now done a Christmas play called The True Story of the Twin Santas. Listen to just the beginning of this.
This is a story that most people don't know about. The story of the two Santas. That's right, two. You see, it's like this. There hasn't been just one Santa all this time. Instead, it's been more like a kingship or lineage kind of thing. A passing on from father to son. Father teaches son, son grows up and has a son, and passes on to him the trade of being Santa. So this is how it was. One child born to one Santa again and again for hundreds of years, until one day, not long after Christmas, in the year of the comet Sigdy Snot, that's Santa time for about, well, I'm not really sure how that translates, but let's just say not too long ago. Mrs. Claus, or Doreen. It's funny we don't know much about her, but because of Doreen, Christmas, as it was about to change, and it would never be the same. Well, anyway, it wasn't long after the big day. Things had calmed down from the rush when Doreen started feeling a little funny.
Okay, and that's the beginning of The True Story of the Twin Santas, a Christmas radio play by Dan Hall, an Indianapolis filmmaker who joins us now. Good morning, Dan.
Good morning, John. Thank you for having me on.
Yeah, we're celebrating as we mark the grand opening of the new Central Library downtown. We're celebrating some of the works of Indiana's authors. You're a documentary filmmaker. Some folks have seen your work on Central State Library, Asylum of the Insane. How do you go from there to the story of the Twin Santas?
I'm not so sure I know yet, but I wrote that about a year or so ago, so I guess it was right about the time we released Central State. But I had always had an affinity for radio and fireplaces and that kind of stuff, and I wanted to write something that families could sit down in front of the fireplace and listen to on Christmas Eve, right before Christmas, and think about nothing but just kind of being together and the fire and Christmas.
Mm-hmm. Very cool. Well, you've got several actors' voices, including the Colts Stadium announcer.
Yeah, Mike Jansen does a great job. A lot of people don't know about Mike is that he does several kinds of voices. He's a very, very, very talented person. And so he does several of the elf voices, and he actually does Dato, the reindeer voice in there, too, which so only the viewers know, or the hearers know that Dato talks, because the guys in the movie don't realize that. But we also have Rand Burns and Vonda Furman and Sarah Minette.
And
my daughter also.
Oh, your daughter's in this.
Yeah.
Working union scale or?
Well, above union scale. I think that private tuition is pretty expensive these days.
Okay. This is The True Story of the Twin Santas. Let's give a listen to another little sample of that.
And we will start immediately.
Santa finished. He turned to his sons.
Are you ready?
Yes, Father.
So began the first in history test for Santa. It was huge. First was the toy building.
Gazette?
On your mark, get set, go!
At first, Ta and Sa were neck and neck, which was appropriate because they were building a toy giraffe. But when Ta got to the painting part, he made some extra stripes and dots. Then there was the third eye.
Finished!
Sa yelled as he put his toy on the shelf.
Okay, and that's another sample from The True Story of the Twin Santas, a Christmas radio play by Dan Hall, who joins us now. Dan, any luck getting this on the air? Maybe somebody influential is listening, a sponsor with deep pockets.
Well, it can have shallow pockets. We just want to get it heard, so we're looking for some place to put it and find a home for it. I think it's a great family story, and it kind of relays the message that you don't have to have expensive gifts to have a great Christmas. I think the true meaning of Christmas is what you receive both when you give and when you get.
Hey, for all the parents out there, we love that message. Way to go, Dan.
I think it's important.
Dan, thank you so much. And is there a website or anything, or should we just let people know if we find out a schedule for The True Story of the Twin Santas?
Well, both. They can listen to some more clips on our website, which is VizmoFilms.com.
Okay.
That's VIZMO films.com. And then just look for the Twin Santas, and there's about 3 more clips, I think, on there of it. And we'll hopefully be hearing it Christmas Eve somewhere.
Good deal, Dan. Thank you so much.
Thank you, John, for having me and supporting local artists, too. We really appreciate that.
You bet. Dan Hall, an Indianapolis filmmaker, has now done a Christmas play, The True Story of the Twin Santas. John Strauss with you as the first day show continues out here at the new Central Library, the grand opening at 1 o'clock today. And as part of that, we're chatting with the library folks. We're also chatting with Indiana authors today and with just regular folks as we keep up as well with the news, the sports, the weather, and all of that. So keep it right here. It's 12 minutes after 11 o'clock at 1070 WIBC.
I'm guessing that the topics of dinner conversation with your wife don't include the current height of hemlines or